Hi Abby, hope you're well today. We're just going to go through the next test, maths test. But before we start, I just want to go over one of the corrections for yesterday. Just because myself and Miss Cora do it in a different way, we got the same answer, but I just want to go through her way as well. So it was question 4. A serviceman charges €60 an hour. How much will he get for 45 minutes work? So I said €60 for 1 hour, but he only did 45 minutes. So I said, remember I said 45 minutes was 3/4 of an hour. So to find 3/4 of €60. But Miss Cora did it a different way, which I just want to go through in case she prefers you to do it that way. So €60 for 1 hour. There's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So how much would he get paid for 1 minute? So €1 for 1 minute's work. And then if he worked 60 minutes, he'd get the €60 because he'd have worked 1 hour. But he didn't work the 1 hour, he worked 45 minutes. So €1 multiplied by 45 minutes equals €45. Okay? And you would have got the same by finding 3/4 of 60. It's just another way of doing it. So I just wanted to go over that quickly. And we'll go on to test 58 today. I bought 2 toffee bars with a €1 coin, got 60-cent change. What was the price of each bar? Okay, so €1 or 100 cent, whichever you prefer. Take away 60 cents, that was her change, to see how much she spent. But that's not your final answer because that's how much she spent on 2 bars. So you need to half that answer to find out how much 1 bar cost, each bar cost. Okay, number 2. What fraction of a year is 26 weeks? Expressed in lowest terms, so the smallest fraction you can make. So 26 weeks out of how many weeks? How many weeks are in a year? And that's 52 weeks in a year. So 26 over 52, expressing it as a fraction, but you need to break that down to a smaller fraction, okay? Because in the lowest term. So find out how many 26s go into 52 to express it as a fraction, to see what fraction is 26 of 52. How much is 26 out of the full year? Okay, number 3. Take 5/10 from 1055. So yesterday I told you the tenths come directly after the decimal point. So you're just taking 5/10 away. Okay. So you're taking away from the tenths. This is a regular octagon. The triangles inside the octagon are all isosceles, equilateral, or scalene. So have a look now at the triangle inside the octagon. An isosceles would be that 2 sides are the same length. An equilateral would be that all sides are the same length. And a scalene would be that no side is the same. They're all 3 different sizes in the triangle. So you have to see which one of those. So isosceles, 2 sides the same. Equilateral, all, because they're equal. Equilateral or scalene, none of the sides are the same length. Okay, number 5. Okay, a train leaves the station every 5 minutes. If the first train left at 6:15, when did the third train go? So 6:15 is your first train. 5 minutes later, the second train goes. So 6 and 5 minutes after 15 is 20. 6:20. 15 plus 5 is 20. And then the third train, 5 minutes later than that. Okay? So you're adding 5 onto your 20. Number 6. Okay, what is the 5th term in the sequence? So it starts with 1.5, then 3, then 4.5. So every time you get a sequence, you need to see what is the pattern going up in, and is it the same jump every time? So 1.5 to 3 is a jump of 1.5 because 1.5 and 1.5 makes 3. Okay, so you know 1 and 1 is 2, and a half is another 1. Another makes the whole. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay. you can add it like that if you need. Okay, two numbers on top of each other. 5 and 5 is 10. Down my 0, carry over my 10, up in my decimal point, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you then they added 1.5 again to get 4.5. And 3 and 1 is 4, and the 0.5, 4.5. So you need to add 1.5 on to get the next number, and then add 1.5 onto that again to get your final fifth number. We were talking about the clock yesterday, so in digital time, your hours come first and then your minutes. So 8:08, 8 minutes past 8 is the AM time, and then if in the PM time, we'll use our 24-hour clock. So remember, if it starts at 12 PM and you count on from 12, so 1 o'clock is 1300 hours, 2 o'clock is 14, 3 o'clock is 15, and so on, 16, 17, 6 o'clock is 1800 hours, 7 is 19, 20, 9 is 21, 22, 23, and back for 24-hour clock. Okay, so you need to put that in the PM time as well. 8 is a factor of 42, 54, 64, or 75. So you're just counting up in your 8s and seeing which number you say as you count up. Number 9. What is the cost of 5 tickets if a book of 20 costs 8? So I always like to draw these out if I'm confused. So 20 tickets, just write down what you know already. 20 tickets cost €8. Okay, so for the full book of 20, it's €8. But you don't want 20, you only want 5. Okay, so what fraction is 5 of 20? How many times does 5 go into 20? 5, 10, 15, 20. 4 times. So it's a quarter of 20. Okay. Could also have gone 5 over 20. Break that down. 5 goes into 5 once. 5 goes into 24 times. So it's a quarter of 20. So you want a quarter of the number of tickets. You don't want all the tickets. You don't want half the tickets. You want a quarter. You want 5. So then you're not going to be paying the full price. You're going to be paying a quarter of the price. Okay, because you want a quarter of the ticket. So you're finding a quarter of €8, and to find a quarter of anything, you divide by 4. Okay, and the last question, is 1% another name for a whole, 1 over 10 or 1 over 100? Okay, so 1% is a very small amount. Oh my goodness, sorry. A very small amount. It's not a whole. If you got 1% in a test, you wouldn't be very happy. If you got 100%, you'd be delighted, because that's the whole is 100%. All right. 1% is a very small amount. It's 1 out of 100. Okay, so you pick which way you write that. Okay. Hope that helps, Abby. Have a nice day, and I'll see you soon.